Alright, here we are. Ride, motherfucker ride. We out here today doing a little bitty ride review. Beautiful Henderson Lake, Las Vegas. The gypsum plant and Lake Mead that way. Obviously we're like right underneath the power lines on the power line road. But yeah, we're out here riding Pop's KLR 650. I think it's a 2015. A ride impression video today. But yeah, so far it's not a bad bike. Yeah. Here we are, ride review. We're doing off-road, on-road review today. So did a little bit of on-road through the neighborhood till we got to the dirt. Now we're gonna do a nice trail, a whole lot of different terrain. So we're gonna touch a little bit of everything. We just did a nice little uphill here, handled nicely. Without any further ado, let's get into it. We're out here on this review. My initial impressions of going from the pavement to the dirt weren't bad at all. We talk bad about the suspension, but it didn't feel bad yet. But we'll find out once we get up into the rougher terrain. I'm not quite sure about these tires. I've never ridden on a bike with tires that are so street in the dirt, so this is gonna be a first for me, as well as a first off-road on the KLR 650. So it's a nice day out today. It's not too windy. It's like 75 degrees. So I'm on the east side of Las Vegas. You can see Frenchman, Henderson, got Lake Las Vegas over here. I'm gonna go out one trail and make a big loop and come back. We should get into all different kind of terrain. Hard pack, obviously, I'm on it right now. It's gonna be gravel. There's gonna be rough rocks, big rocks, small rocks. We should get a taste of everything. There's not too many extreme ups or anything. They're downs, so I don't know. I have to find a side trail where they got a little bit else I could push this on. If it takes all this good, which it seems like it's doing alright, feeling alright. Here we go, we're entering third trail. Can't really see it. I know the camera doesn't really show it, but this trail's got it's not the flattest trail, so it's got a lot of bings and bangs, if you would. And we're floating over a lot of this nice light sand here. And we're just making our way through it nicely. Well, it's not too bad so far. I like it. Definitely could use some stakes, pegs, or something like that on this thing. Ever since I put those on my 450, I've just, oh man, those things are just so nice to help relieve that arm pressure for an old guy like me, even though I'm not really that old, 40 plus. Yeah, man, definitely think this thing could use an exhaust. Just the sound would make it seem so much more impressive when you're riding. Just hearing that, the roar of a Shimiro or something is just, I was thinking about taking that trail, but that's deep wash back there. I don't know if I want to try deep wash on this bike yet. I'm no more of a stand-up rider. Definitely when I'm off-road, just adds so many more points of suspension. It makes the ride so much more comfortable. But that being said, sitting down on this bike doesn't feel bad. We might recognize this trail. Into the rough stuff. Oh, it went bad, not bad. One thing that my dad put on this thing that I am finding that I don't like are these foot pegs. I mean, they're nice and sturdy, but they're just too big. It's just too much foot peg. I don't need that much. Just need a little bit to put the ball of my foot on. That's about it. Maybe when I'm tired or using I hope this audio sounds alright. This is my first time actually hooking up a microphone to my GoPro and actually trying a vlog. It's a hell of an up. Maybe one day. Not on this bike. I've done it on my 250 before. That's a whole other bike. I'm really not like having a bad time on this bike, so that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Said I haven't felt any weird kind of ways about it yet. Everything seems to be, like I said, I don't know about the foot pegs. It's always one thing you gotta wonder, especially when you're back here, places like this, because sometimes there can be some people back here. There's a lot of RZRs and stuff hauling ass back here. I guess they call it Little Mexico. I don't know, I've been riding out here forever, and I don't know why they call it Little Mexico, but just because there's a lot of essays out here. Whatever. So yeah, down here in the wash, or in like some kind of loose gravel here, it's not bad. The rear brake is it's hella like soft. It feels like like when I'm touching it, it almost feels like it's not there. I don't know if that's just me or just the bike. Ooh, little spike in adrenaline. This is where we get into the deep gravel. This is where Pops fell. I think the second time when we were out here. I gotta stand up. Trying to sit through all that shit. It definitely can be done, but like I said, I like to stand. Deep gravel, big rocks. It's always fun to not try and die on. I've been thinking about getting a bigger bike. Went on the Nevada BDR with Honda 450. Wasn't bad for the actual BDRs, but I don't know, it's for road sections, highway. I think it'd be a lot nicer to have a bigger bike for the action adventure rides. It's a bit rocky, real rough and rocky right here. Let's handle it. Not bad, not bad. All right, not bad. Doing all right. Stake pegs definitely would be a plus. Nice and rocky. All right. Yeah, I've been riding these trails for, I don't know, 10 years. They've changed over the days, that's for sure. They've definitely come out here and actually put some work into them. Back in the day, boy, these used to barely be trails. Oh, and we go down. Okay, that easy, huh? Oh wow, okay. Definitely should not have gone down there. Wasn't anticipating that thing being so front top heavy like that. Okay, so we're figuring it out. Oh, yeah, it's definitely a little bit heavier. It's not that heavy. I mean, obviously you see me just pick it right back up like it was nothing, but as far as like anticipating that weight go like that was different definitely than any bikes I've ridden out here. Yeah, you definitely got to look for that when you're stepping up your bikes. Your bike level, I guess. Okay, I don't even know what this audio is gonna sound like. Hopefully it's good. Getting that hand pump on my clutch hand. Oh, we got a little up here. That was nothing. All right. Well, we got to go up here if we're gonna do a video. Right, video. Yeah, we got to take the big hill. Oh yeah, you gotta take that hill. Very steep here. Just lucky it's not all kinds of big rocks. Just slow-mo it down. Just kind of ride it down, ride the brakes down till we get somewhere that's safe. Sit on this big-ass bike. Never know what may happen. All right, KLR 650, baby. Kawasaki. I've always liked my Kawasaki. I have a KX250. I do enjoy to ride. It definitely needs some work though on the suspension on that old thing. I think it's like a 99 or something. So definitely in comparison to the Honda 450 2021 suspension, it's even on compared to this suspension, it's a big fucking difference. That's for sure. So here we are, motherfucking ride, and it's a beautiful day. East side Las Vegas. Review ride, KLR 650. Yeah, like I've said, this bike has never been bad. Like I've ridden it. I rode this bike yesterday from the far east side all the way over to the 215 in Rainbow to the Best Buy to grab some audio stuff. And commuted on the street the whole way there and stop and go traffic just to see, you know, how I felt about it. Took the freeway home, see how it handled, you know, high speed 75, 85, that kind of thing. You know, how it really felt running at those speeds for, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Believe it or not, it was kind of pleasurable. Actually, it was like almost like, all right, cool. It gave me a little bit more excitement for today. We're coming out in the dirt. I'm also going to do a little bit more street review after we get done with this, because I got to go get some gloves from Cycle Gear. Shout out to Jim over at Cycle Gear for always taking care of me, man. I'm not having a bad time out here on the dirt on this thing. I'll tell you, it's not bad. Now obviously this kind of stuff isn't where it really shines at. I mean, they say that this bike doesn't shine at anything, but it's good at everything, and I can say that, hey, it's not bad at rough off-road I'm doing. I haven't had any problems. The freeway, what little I have done on the freeway and the streets, it's performed very well. One thing I could say is I definitely could use some more horsepower, that's for sure, like on the go. I'm used to my bikes being able to fucking take off right when I need them to. So I don't know if an exhaust or, I don't know, maybe a dyno jet or something. I don't know what they do for these bikes to bring them up a little bit to boost that power, but I believe it could use it. Yeah, I was kind of looking for a bigger bike for adventure biking, so that way I don't have to either get a ride or take rent anything, a U-Haul or anything. I can just ride my bike to the trail, because the 450, I love my 450, man. I fucking love that bike, but it's just like riding for, you know, hundreds and hundreds of miles on the street. You know, it's not made for that. It's made for dirt, you know. I don't even think it's really made for like really long sections of dirt. I mean really long sections, period. It's definitely more of a dirt bike, and that's from, you know, experience riding a whole BDR. So it's not like just cruising around the fucking neighborhood a couple times. But I'm actually, you know, curious to get into a bigger bike so that I can hook up with old Harley. Shout out to Harley, riding the GS 1200. I met him in Idaho on the BDR up there. We're talking about maybe getting into some more this summer. But he rides a bigger bike, so I was thinking about stepping it up maybe between then to, you know, so I can enjoy some of the same comforts he's got, you know. But I just love smaller bikes, man. I don't know what it is. I just, you know, just being able to whip a dirt bike, drop it, pick it up with ease is just something that attracts me. I feel like almost like 1000s or better, or almost better left for the street. Not a bad bike. Like I said, it just seems to me, I mean, it goes, like they say, it's like a tank. I mean, shit, it's even got the digital print looking like a tank. Definitely goes, but it definitely doesn't go fast. I like to be able to fucking have that power there when I need it, you know. Shit, out here riding around on the streets, you'll know that for sure. You got to get out of the fucking way sometimes. These fucking drivers out here pay no attention. I mean, damn. In fact, yesterday I was just riding this over to Best Buy on the street. I was on Sahara in the strip, and yeah, somebody fucking almost took me out if I wasn't paying attention. Had cat-like reflexes. Yeah, this broad driving a little car would have took me out for sure. And I was glad at that moment that shit, this bike had the little power that it did have. It wasn't much, but shit, it was enough to get me out of the way, that's for sure. Which was very useful because I did get out of the way. Alright, now we're about halfway through the trail. We're turning around, we're going back up what I call Trail 1. It has a name, it has a road name, but I don't know what it is. We just been coming here so long, we just named them trails, numbers. Our own number system between me and the homies, but so we know what we're talking about. Nobody else does though. I'm not gonna lie, man, this bike's not bad, man. It's almost like, you know, it's nice to have speed and power, but this thing is just, it's moving along nicely. You know, I'm not like hyper driving it through here. I'm not kicking up dust everywhere. But then again, I'm not fucking going 1-2 miles. You know, I'm not fucking putting through here and shit. Like, I do got a little bit of speed. All right, up a little rough section there. I had to pop that wheel up. I definitely need to start practicing all my dirt bike skills, because I mean, I have enough to make trail rides and to go make the trails and stuff like that, but I still have a lot of areas that I could practice. The wheelies, just getting the wheel up for a little bit longer, more accurate wheelies or pop-ups, so I don't know what you want to call them. Skid lofting that front tire. That's what you'll find out here a lot. You need to loft that front end sometimes. You got to know how to do it, you know. Very handy skill path. That's the only thing I don't like about this part of the day is, or an hour later, is once we get back into these canyons, man, it's hard to see sometimes. I might have to stop and take off my shades. It's like blinding in the sun, but then as soon as you get into a shady area, it's like, fuck, you can't see nothing. The trail, you definitely got to be able to see the trail. This thing is so quiet. It's like, what the heck? All right. Yeah, here we go, getting into the tight stuff. That skid plate doing its job. Bang, bang. Down, down, down. Across that wash. Yeah, this bike's definitely a lot better with these new tires that he put on it, I bet. Those ones that came stock, boy, those motherfuckers look like straight street tires, man. I would never come out here on those. Like riding my R6 out here. Fuck out of here. It didn't seem like there was too many people out here. Yeah, that wasn't bad. It took all that very well. That's usually the roughest part of this whole trail right there. This thing just banged right through all that. Not bad. Definitely would like to put a knobbier tires on here though. My dad went with one. They were a little bit knobbier, but they're definitely more street. I definitely would go with a 606 or something along that caliber. Many good tires. I wonder if you can hear me breathing. So I'm fucking panting and shit. half out of breath. Normally just cruise where I can get enough power to blip real easily, like if, okay, I got it up in at the top of that little hill, but shit, just trying to loft this bitch sometimes. I'm gonna have to get higher in the rev. I'm used to doing it lower with my other bikes, but this is a 650. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm digging this bike, not gonna lie. Handles very well. I haven't found a cool place to loft it yet, but besides for that stuff, but not a bad bike. Did a lot of standing. Let's sit for a little bit and see how it feels, because the suspension is different when you're sitting versus when you're standing, or how it feels on your body. I know a lot of dual sports adventure bikes are supposed to be kind of like right in between, where maybe they're comfortable when you're sitting as well for when you're sitting. I guess that would be something what I should do, is just sit down for a minute, just ride through some of this rougher stuff, kind of sitting to see how she handles it. Not bad at all. Man, I remember the days when there wasn't all these borders here, all these wooden borders with these freaking cable. You could ride anywhere out here. It's a lot more fun, I'll tell you that. So you didn't even have to go far, you know, you kind of just came right back here and then just spent the day in the same little area with all different kind of little stuff to do. Because yeah, it's much more enjoyable than Apex or Netless Dunes, what I guess it's officially called. There's just too many people out there. Like, I've almost been run over so many times out at Apex, just riding my bike, you know, from dudes hauling ass through there in their side-by-sides of their dune buggies, and like, it's just too many people. Out here I loved it always because there would be like very minimal people out here, if anybody, you know. You could just come out here, and if you were gonna wreck, it was gonna be because you wrecked. You know, because you fucked up, not because you're coming, you know, around or something, or over a hill, or just straight up a trail and some dude comes from the side and fucking blindsides you and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Motherfuckers out here, boy, they ride like, or not out here, I should say, everywhere. They ride like assholes a lot. We do have a lot of responsible riders, talented riders, but there are a bunch of people who have no talent and no courtesy. And that's everywhere. Just from the standard trails to the sand dune. But these are the kind of trails I like. Like, I've been out here this whole time and haven't seen anybody. Not one person. We've been sitting and well, it's not too bad. I didn't get bucked yet, so that's always a plus when you don't get bucked off your bike. Man, this time, I'm not gonna lie, man, this thing is like, it's fairly easy to control, I feel like as far as like the direction of it and everything. I don't feel like I'm having to fight it too much. I have to fight it too much. It's tending to stay pretty much on course and track of where I'm putting it, which is a nice. One thing I would definitely like, maybe a highway, or the, what do they call them, steering stabilizers for like the highway stuff. Like, I'm cool without a steering stabilizer for like just trail riding. I think it might come in handy once we come to like the freeway stuff, because I know on specific pavements sometimes, man, I think you get to, especially with these dirt bikes or dual sports, they tend to get that wobble, that high-speed wobble. I'll go 2 miles an hour before I fucking have to deal with that. I know a couple people have gone down pretty hard shit on street bike, on the freeway, in a high-speed wobble. So stick to the no high-speed wobbling. This is supposed to be like a review, but it ended up being just more like a vlog with a little bit of review on the back end. And whatever. Having a good time out here, riding bikes, you know what I mean, enjoying the outdoors while we can, but we got to go back to work, doing the podcast tonight. Check out the podcast sessions with Seth Fades. Got Sensei in the house tonight again, he's coming back. If you're interested in listening to just some random funny dramatic content, check out my podcast, Sessions with Seth Fades, on YouTube. I got it up anywhere else yet, so slowly but surely We'll make things happen on all the platforms. Ride, motherfucker, ride. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. This trail didn't actually seem like it went fairly quickly today. It was definitely not bad. It was enjoyable. So I guess that's one thing you can say about the review of the KLR. Overall, I'd have to agree with Dork in the road. Not great at anything really, but it's enjoyable. You know, it's fun to ride. Like one of the most important things about ride. Are you having fun? Because I guess those grueling days of like hard enduro riding that I've had, where it just all day just fucking sucked. Struggling, busting your ass, struggling, falling, and then those days suck, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're good though, you know, in that sucky kind of way after the fact. But I'd also do like having those days when it's just like you just have a fucking good ride, you know. It's like not too strenuous at all. You know, you get a little whoops here and there, you know, a little adrenaline spike, but for the most part you're just having a good time, man, and enjoying yourself. It's like today's ride, looking into Vegas, baby. There we are. There's the strip. I don't even know if you can see it. Thomas and Mac on the east side, baby. Alright, we'll get back doing some highway review part. Had to pick up some gloves I ordered. They're pretty dope gloves. They're definitely hot, but in the wintertime they do a little something and they're very protected. Back to this review. Stop and go traffic from a mountain you can see way over there to where we're at now, which is took the streets the whole way. It wasn't bad. It's a nice little commuter bike. Like I said before, nothing too fat like that. So sticks to the street pretty good with these tires. I'm not sure what tires they are, but they're alright. Good enough for the street for sure. Now we're gonna go get on the freeway. We're gonna see what we think about this thing on the freeway. Definitely as the wind starts to get picked up, as you get faster, you can definitely tell the difference between having a windshield and not. Usually about 65 or so on my 450. That's usually when my head starts getting pulled back when I'm wearing the dual sport helmet or whatnot. And here we are, patiently waiting at the light, getting on the freeway. 93, 95 north. Now we got sufficient wind protection. I don't feel too much like in my chest or neck or even my head area. He did put an aftermarket windshield on here, a zero gravity. So yeah, I feel comfortable. Don't feel like I'm fighting the wind at all as far as like my upper body goes or my head. Obviously the wind is blowing the bike around because it is a little windy today, and we are doing 65. So let's go a little bit faster. Let's see how it goes. Gotta get in front of this dude, huh? Well, we had enough power to at least move forward a little bit faster than everybody else. Alright, we're doing 75. I still feel nice. A little bit of wind in the head now, but we're back down to 65. Fast lane doing 65. But it definitely has like a delay on the roll on. Like you roll on that gas, man, it definitely doesn't just go. It definitely has to like slowly build up to it go. Which I guess if you're just highway, you know, you're just traveling on the highway long distances or between trails, I guess it doesn't, you don't really need that much power. But I like it. I like to have power. I like to be able to move when I need to. So we're doing a 75. Still feel good with the wind. Make some lane changes here. About 80. Still fairly covered with the wind protection. So yeah, this bike's not bad on the highway. The vibration isn't I don't feel the vibration very much. I mean a little bit obviously, but yeah, I don't feel it very much in my hands. I don't feel the hands vibrating very much. We got a bunch of traffic. Let's go. We'll stay on the freeway for a little bit longer. Yeah, this thing definitely, unless you're in a nice low gear with high RPMs, yeah, this thing definitely doesn't go very fast. Ooh, went to damn near a stop on the freeway. For me, it's never a good sign, especially on Sunday. It's like, where the hell is everybody going on Sunday? Like towards the strip. I don't know. I guess rush hour is rush hour in a 24-hour town, 365-day town, like Las Vegas. This bike definitely does look like it has a small rear tire on it. I'd like to go with a bigger knobby, something that looks a lot more aggressive. Make the back end of this thing look like it's actually got some ass. Actually, it's got ass, but maybe something underneath the ass to support the ass, you know? Almost looks like one of those girls that got a fake butt within the little skinny ass legs and shit that don't match. Skinny tire and shit that don't match the big ass end. Here we are, Desert Inn and Boulder Highway. And there's no cold freaks out here, but there's a bus stop. Usually always some broad over here by Dolly's, walking this parking lot, screwing around it. Somebody giving out $20 blowjobs. Oh shit, he got the e-bike. He gone on the e-bike, boy. Back in the neighborhood, all up in the neighborhood. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. I think that's a good review. Road on the street, freeway, dirt. I mean, I didn't go anything too technical, so I didn't want to have to fight this thing all day. But for what it would be used for, which would be primarily just a long distance adventure bike, BDRs, as long as the BDR is not super technical, this would probably be a good bike. I just don't know how I am with like this bike has no technology on it whatsoever. It's got a carburetor. I mean, I guess it'd be a good bike to have if you don't want to have to worry about all kind of computers and whatnot to work around if you got to fix it yourself. But looking at all the adventure bikes they got out today, you get into some of them, they just start getting a lot of technology in them, and it's nice, especially when you're talking about like riding a bigger adventure bike anyways, like, and having to deal with the extra weight. You're gonna deal with all that extra weight, size of the bike and whatnot. It's almost like it'd be best just to go ahead and get the bike with technology versus just getting a heavier bike. Literally, there's no technology, it's just a heavy bike. Even though I can say this bike isn't really that heavy. Like I said, I've somewhat put it down. It's kind of like a set down. I didn't let the engine die and picked it up, and I don't even think I remember taking my hand off the handlebar, so that's the funny part. Or at least not the gas hand. I will give it a thumbs up for definitely for like somebody who's not really in the need for speed or power or anything like that. Yeah, this would be an excellent bike for adventure riding. Not too heavy, capable enough to do highway speeds for long periods of time. The handle off-road, I mean, yeah, the suspension wasn't bad. I mean, obviously every bike could use better suspension unless you got top tier suspension already. I thought it handled well in the off-road scenarios that I put it under, and I don't think I'd take this thing on anything too much rougher. A bit more hill climbs or whatnot, maybe a little bit more deeper washes and stuff, because that's just what you're going to end up in off-road. But yeah, I think it's a good bike. I don't necessarily know if I'd buy one, but it's good for people who like it. It's cheap. That's another good thing. It's about $5 to $8 grand you can get these bikes. Shit, $5 to $8 grand, you're in the game. Adventure bike, you can ride shit from here to Colorado and start a BDR, here to Wyoming and start a BDR, no problem. I wouldn't ride my Honda 450 from here to Colorado to start a BDR, that's for sure. I could load this thing down and take this though. That's definitely one thing I wonder about, like once you start adding a bunch of gear and stuff like that, I wonder what it does to the suspension at that moment. That's where you really put the suspension to the test. So when you got about 50-80 pounds of gear loaded down on this thing, because right now it's just me on the bike, and I don't even have a backpack on really. I just got my little water bladder. So but anyways, that's the review, that's the ride. Wasn't very much, but you know, ride motherfucker ride. Again, like, comment, subscribe, definitely comment, you know, that's cool. If you got like KLR 65, or you know, you've ridden one before, or maybe you'd like to ride one, or talk some shit in the comments, you know, pro or con, or just say what's up. Definitely subscribe, man. I need to get my subscribers up. That way I can do some dope content, man. I can quit working so much, just concentrate on making content. Let me know what you think, if you like the bike or not, if you like the video, whatever. If you want to see more review videos, or maybe you want to, I don't know, gear review, I don't know. Just let me know what's up. Just entertaining video, blah blah blah. Says shut up. Okay, peace out. I'll see y'all motherfuckers later.